or in working with the respective steps of taking with database and then application and need to be get take care about reports. The concept is we need to be get take care about reading with the data from database. We have to take care about in reading with the data from database. I mean, according to that particular requirement in database, we need to be get take care about maintaining with test data. We need to be get take care about maintain with test data. We need to be get take care about maintain test data. We need to be get read test data from database and then need to be get apply with application and we need to be generate that particular reports. Further, if I'm taking with this particular database to get read with the data from that particular database, we need to be get take care about in using that particular respective Java code. We are not taking care about anything related to Selenium to get communicate with that particular respective database. We need to be get take care about in utilizing all that particular respective syntax of Java. And then to get communicate with application, we need to be get take care about WebDriver. After that, we need to be get take care about test engine. So we need to be get understanding that from the database, we need to be read test data. That particular test data need to apply with application. And then we need to be get generate the reports. Further, working with WebDriver and working with test engine. These two, we are very clear on that. Need to be get take care about how exactly we can write with the program in reading with the data from database. Further, what exactly the steps need to be followed or what exactly the syntax need to be followed. Further, in writing with the program, in writing with the program, we need to be get take care about in following with the steps. We need to be get take care about in writing with the program, in following with the steps of the one we mentioned the driver manager. After that, we got mentioned the connection and then we got mentioned that taking with statement. After that, which need to be get mentioned that result set. One will be taking driver manager and taking with connection and then statement and then result set. We need to be get take care about in following with this particular step in getting reading with the data from database. So further, we need to be get taking care about in following that particular step. That is, we need to be get take care about the respective database. In the database, we have been already created with the table. In that particular table, we got provided that particular username and taking with that particular respective password. Okay, see that we have been already created with the one particular table. If I'm taking with select statement, what is the functionality of select statement? Functionality of select command. Select the data. No? Retrieve the data. If I'm taking with select command, we need to take care about in retrieving with the data. That particular star symbol. Meaning of star symbol, considering that all columns. So this we need to take care about in considering that this particular table has been created. We need to take care about in retrieving data from that particular table. So in the database already table is created. In the table we got username, we got password. That is done. Just we have to take care about writing with the program in reading with the data from the database. For reading with the data from database, we need to begin taking care about the steps of driver, manager, and then connection, and then statement, and then result set. If I'm taking with the driver manager, what is the use of driver manager? To provide connectivity between data source and database. To provide to provide connectivity between data source and database for the purpose of providing connectivity between data source and database. We need to take care about the driver manager. In that, what exactly mean by that particular data source and what exactly mean by that particular database. See the understanding. In regular, we can consider the database. Regularly, we can say that this MS Access or taking with Oracle, taking with SQL Server, or taking with Sybase, or which you will be taking with this Mongo. Lot of things are there. All these are all these are databases. Originally, we are considering that all these are different kind of databases. When it's come to programming, when it's come to programming from one particular, all these are databases. In simple, if I take my laptop, what is a database I got installed? Oracle. I got installed Oracle in my database. Oracle is database available in my laptop. That is one database. Under Oracle database, under Oracle database, I created multiple database like batch 1, batch 22, 23, different things I created. Now, programming terminology. Programming terminology. This Oracle, I'm considering the source. I'm just considering that is in a source. Under that source, I'm creating multiple DBs. That means if I'm taking with all these things, technically we are considering that one particular data source from one particular data source from one particular data source we need to be get take care about in creating with multiple databases. For example, we can create development DB, or we can take care about testing DB, or we can take care about live environment or production. We need to be get take care about that particular development DB, or taking with testing DB, or taking with live environment or production. See that. See the understanding. If I'm taking these things, everything database only, when it's come to programming, when it's come to programming, this particular one, data source, from one data source, from one data source, we can create multiple DBs. As an example, development DB, testing DB, live environment or production. We need to take care about connectivity of these two. For making connectivity of these two things, we are utilizing driver manager. Once it got connected, once it got connected, we have to take care about in using any one particular DB. We need to be get take care about in utilizing any one particular DB. At a time, we can connect only one DB. To get connect with only one particular DB, we need to be get utilizing. We need to be get utilizing the statement of connection. To get connect any one particular DB, we need to be get take care about in utilizing that particular respective connection. Once it got, once it has been connected to that particular respective database, we have to take care about writing with the queries, and we need to take care about executing the queries. For writing query statement and executing query statement. For writing with the query statement and for executing that particular query statement, taking the help of statement. Once we write with the query, once we execute, as that query statement has been executed, you will be getting the result. To get print that particular result, to get print that particular result, we need to take care about in utilizing result set. So that is what we are taking care about, the driver manager, and then connection, and then statement, and then result set. Use of driver manager to provide connectivity between data source and database. And the purpose of connection, to connect any one particular DB, to get connect any one particular DB. And the use of the statement, writing the query statement and executing query statement. Use of result set to print all the results based on query statement. Okay. So this is what the steps need to be followed to get worked with all these things. As usual, we need to be get take care about the one particular jar file. The one particular jar file need to be get mentioning the OJDBC. We need to be get use one particular jar file. To write all these particular statement, you have to take care about in downloading one particular jar file and then need to be get add to the project. That particular jar file, that particular jar file, we need to be get take care about that particular jar file. We need to be get taken care about in considering the OJDBC. That is just one particular individual jar file need to be get download and need to be get adding to the project. Adding to the project, which you will be following with the same steps here. You need to be get take care about using that particular jar file here. Now, adding jar file to project, you need to be get followed the same steps only. You have to take care about in adding that particular jar file. What is the jar file name? OJDBC. Full form of that Oracle Java Database Connectivity or Connection. Oracle Java Database Connectivity. We are connecting to Oracle database with the help of Java programming. With the help of Java programming, we need to be get take care about in connecting to that particular respective database. So that we need to be get take care about adding with that particular jar file, just one particular individual jar file. Once I got add with the jar file, after that, all the steps will be the same. You need to be get take care about in writing all that particular respective program need to be get take care about in creating with that particular respective class. Once you got create with the class, if you are expecting in generating with HTML reports, what you can use? Annotations. If you are expecting with HTML reports, you can take care about using with annotations. Otherwise, as usual, our regular thing, we can take care about main method. So for now, I'm just taking care about that particular respective main method. Now, first, I have to take care about writing with the program in connecting to database and then retrieve the data from database. So first we are understanding how we can write the program in retrieving the data from database. For that, I'm just taking care about some statement considering that particular database URL and then database username and taking with database password. What exactly mean by all these things? What is mean by this database URL and then database username and database password? What exactly the meaning of all these particular statement? Say that. Let's understand manual steps. Let's take care about this particular manual step. Manually, I have to take care about connecting to one database. Just assume that manually, if I want to take care about connecting to one particular database, I have to take care about in providing the details. I need to take care about providing the details. See that. If I want to connect any database, first, what I have to provide? Name. Which database you want to connect, you have to provide the name. After that, database type. What type of database you want to connect? First, you need to provide name. After that, you need to provide database type. After that, username. After that, password. And then host name. Where exactly the database available. After that, port number. And then that particular respective version. So manually, if I want to connect with database, manually, if I want to connect to the database, I have to take care about providing which database I want to connect. I have to give the name. What is the type of the database? Database username, database password, where database available, port number, and that particular respective version. Once I have been provided, once I have been provided all these information and click on connect, then it is connecting to database. Because of manual, this is like in a UI, user interface. Because of manual, we are having UI, we can provide the details. When it's come to programming, when it's come to programming, as there is not like UI, all these information, all these particular details, I'm just assigning to one variable. All these particular information, I'm just trying to assigning one particular variable. That particular variable name, that particular variable name, I can just provide any of the name. That particular variable name, I can just take care about in providing any of the name. For easy understanding, that name, that variable name, what I provided, database URL. Not like mandatory to provide the same name. It can go with any of the name. Don't be confused. In case of manual, we are providing all the details from the UI and clicking on connect button, it will be connecting to that database. The same thing when it's come to programming, through programming, I need to provide all the details. See that. What is the host name I got? Local host. Port number 1521. That version XC. The same information in programming, I'm just assigning for one particular variable. See that how I'm providing that information. First, I mentioned JDBC. Meaning of JDBC? Java Database Connection. Now, through Java, I'm connecting to database. What type of database? Oracle. Say that. What is the type we got? Oracle. Okay. Now, I got provided name of the database. I've been already created. That is my name of the database. This Oracle available in localhost in my system. In my system, it is available with the port number of 1521. See the port number. What is the port number? 1521. What is that version? XE, Express Edition. Now we can see. That is what I mentioned. XE. So just we frame one data assigning to one particular variable. That variable name can be anything. For understanding, I mentioned the database URL. Okay. Next one, I have to provide database username and database password. Okay. That particular database username system, that is a default username, need to be get provide password. I'm just providing password. This is what we got provided, the database URL and then username and taking with password. Okay. Now let's come to the program. See that how we are writing. First, I'm taking care about driver manager. Use of the driver manager to provide connectivity between data source and database. So I'm taking care about driver manager dot get connection. I'm giving all the information considering the database URL and then database username and then database password. It has to cross check all the details. Once that is correct, it's need to start connecting to database and then taking care about statement. That particular statement, I'm taking care about connection dot taking with create statement. Everything predefined methods, predefined classes, all these are related to your Java, not Selenium. Everything related to Java by taking with the help of Java predefined methods, predefined classes, we are taking care about connecting to the database and then retrieving data from database. After that, taking care about result set. That I will be taking with result set, providing statement. If I want to get the result, if I want to get the result, first I need to execute the query. To get the result, first I have to take care about in executing query statement. To execute that particular query statement, to execute that particular respective query statement, we need to be get take care about in utilizing that particular predefined method. We need to be get take care about the one predefined method. What is the predefined method? Execute query. We need to write the query statement. Writing with the query, select star from login. This is what the table have been already created. In the database, have been already created the table. In the table, how many columns you got? How many columns you got? Two columns. One we are consider username and one we got password. Okay. Now, in the program, in the program, say that first we are connecting to the database, writing the query, executing the query, need to be get print the result. For printing with the result, for printing with the result, I need to take care about printing with the result based on based on column wise. I have to take care about in writing the logic saying that print these results based on column wise. That means first it has to look into that first column. Data is there, it has to read printed. Then it has to try for second column. Second column is there, read the data, print it. Then it has to try third column. Third column is available. It has to read the data and then print it. In case of third column is not available, in case of third column is not available, it has to take care about stopping that particular reading the result. So I need to take care about writing that logic. In simple requirement, I have to take care about writing with the logic. It has to take care about retrieve the data until next column is available. Next column available, print the result. Next column is not available, it has to stop it. What is the logic we can try? What is the logic we can try? You have to print the result till the time of next column is available. Next column available, read the data printed. One more column available, read the data printed. Not available, stop it. What is the logic you will try? Conditions. If else. Condition. Yeah. You have to print the results till the time of next column available. First column available, read and print it. Second column available, read and print it. Third column available, read and print it. Fourth column not available. If it is available, read and print. Not available, it has to stop it. What is the logic you will try? Wait statement. Yeah. What is it? While loop. You need to take care about the loop. You have to continue till the time of next column is available. You will be taking with the help of loop concept. If I'm taking the loop concept, what are the loops are there? While loop, do while, for loop, for each. When you will go with while loop? Only statement. Yeah. While loop. While loop ఎప్పుడు చేయాలి? Syntax. First is condition or statement. While loop. Condition or statement. Condition. After that, statement. After that, increment or decrement. In case of do while, first is statement. After that, condition. After that, increment or decrement. In case of for loop, syntax. Integer. Initialization. Condition. Increment or decrement. What is the one more loop? For each. When you will use the for each loop, ఎప్పుడు యూజ్ చేయాలి? What is it? In case of there is no starting value, ending value, then we can take care about for each loop. For now, my requirement, I need to be take care about and continue with the loop till the time of next column is available. It has to look into that condition. First, it has to take condition. That means, what is the loop I can try? Yeah. Which loop? While loop. First, I want to take care about taking with condition. I need to write the condition. See that. I'm writing the condition. Taking with result set. Result set dot. It has to look into that next column available. If that column is available, it has to read the data and print that. I'm taking with username. Once I'm taking with that particular username, taking with get string, it is asking for column index. Index will start from 0 or 1, 0 or 1, 1 or 0. 1 or 0, 0. Index will start from 0. Now, for the username, what is the index? See the understanding. For now, according to this database, in the starting able to see 1 here, this is 1. This is like 0. This is 1. This is 2. Don't be confused. This is index 0, 1 and 2. So that means for our username, what is the index? 1. We need to be get provide 1. Okay. Next, the loop has to look into the condition. In case of one more column available, again it has to retrieve the data. Need to be get provide that particular two. So it has to continue retrieving with the data and then it has to print it. For our confirmation, we need to print the data. I'm printing that username and then printing that particular password. Okay. Now, once it has been done, I need to be get close the whole program. Whatever the connections I got open, I need to close all the connections in the similar order. First, I'm taking RS. Meaning of RS? Result set. Result set dot close. After that, ST. Meaning of ST? Statement. Statement dot close. Then CON connection. Connection dot close. So this is what you need to be get take care about writing with the program for all these particular errors. I'm writing the statement. Error resolved or not? Okay. See that. See the whole program. First we import all the required packages. One is driver manager. Another one connection. After that statement. After that result set. So everything we need to be get import all the packages. Creating the class, writing the main method, taking with the database URL, I mean all the details, database username, database password. First is driver manager. From the driver manager, connection. From the connection, statement. From the statement, result set. We are writing the query, executing the query, and then taking the result, retrieving the result, printing the results. If I run this particular program, any Selenium code we written? No, everything Java. This program in my laptop, it has to connect to the database. It has to execute the query statement and need to retrieve the result. We are taking care about writing with the program, retrieving data from database. It has to connect to that database and then retrieving the data from database. With this program, we retrieve the data, we assign it to one particular variable and we print that variable. Now we can confirm that from the database, we are retrieving that particular username and that particular password. This is what our first activity. First activity, taking care about reading the data from database with the help of Java. Now, this data we need to apply with application. To apply with application, we need to communicate with application. To communicate with application, you will take the help of WebDriver. That particular WebDriver, that particular program is your common program. Need to be get take care about that particular step with the respective of Selenium WebDriver. That is as usual, you have to take care about launching the browser. For launching the browser statement, launching the browser statement, driver data. What is it? WebDriver driver equal to new Firefox driver, giving an error. Need to import that particular packages. We need to be get take care about importing all that packages. Now I need to enter URL method name. What is it? Navigate.to. One more method, get URL. Difference. Uh, difference. Yeah. Uh, what exactly the difference of navigate.to and get method, which will take time? Uh-huh. Which will take more time? Uh-huh. Navigate or get? Navigate. Get method. Get method will take more time. Uh-huh. Very perfect then. Uh-huh. Get method will take more time, not navigate. Get method will be taking more time to get load that particular web page. Don't be confused about your answers. If you are confused about answers, uh your interview also confusion. If your interview is confusion, job also confusion. If your job is confusion, your salary also confusion here. Because of that, don't be confused about all the things here. Be very clear on that. Okay. Mm. So we got launching the browser, enter URL. Need to enter username. To enter username, statement, find element, by dot, name. Mm. Uh-huh. Txt, username, dot, method name, send keys of. Mhm. Uh-huh. What I need to type there? Mm. After that, driver dot find element by dot name, txt password dot send keys. Uh-huh. Uh, we type the username, we type the password. For the confirmation, I'll just provide that wait statement. Then taking care about doing the logout. Driver dot find element by dot link text of logout dot taking with click. That is what we need. Yeah, login need to be done, right? Driver dot find element by dot taking with name. What is that name? Submit. Dot method click. Need to take care about click activity. Okay. So this is what we need to take care about reading the data from database, applying with application. If required, we can go with annotations by that it will generate that particular results here. So for now, not provided annotations here. Need to be take care about in providing that particular username password. We need to be able to see that it has to take care about reading the data from that particular database and need to be take care about in entering that particular username and password. Let's see that it has to take care about enter that particular URL. What happened? Okay. Username password enter. So taking care about enter that username password, doing with the login, and then take care about that particular logout. Close. Uh-huh. Why it is not closing? We have not written. Let me close manually. Ah, okay. So that we can take care about in doing that particular program. In case of interview, if they're asking about writing with the program of database with Selenium, you need to be get comfortable taking care about in explaining this particular syntax here. This is what you can take care about working with database. I mean, you can take care about connecting with database, retrieving with the data from database. You need to be get comfortable. You have to take care about comfortable in writing with different type of query statement, reading the data from one table or reading the data from multiple table or reading with the data from that particular respective first column or multiple columns. It's totally depends on your project requirement. According to your project requirement, according to your project requirement, you need to be get take care about in comfortable applying with required things. 99% in the real time, one tester will never take care about performing all these things here. Definitely, they will be maintaining different testing teams here. But as part of interview, you have to take care about all these particular things. Just take care about all these particular things. That is what we mentioned, like the one you will be taking with functional testing, considering the functionality testing, and then taking care about API testing, and then mentioning the database testing. Combine of all these particular things. What is the last one? Performance testing. Combine of all these particular things when you can take care about in doing performance testing. Let's understand what exactly mean by that. Just write with the new heading. Everything available in our PDF files. Just take care about writing with the new heading. Mention the performance testing. Write with the new heading. Write with the new heading. Mention the performance testing and then make a note of this particular description. Write with the new heading. Mention the performance testing and then make a note of that particular respective description. All the online students also, all the online students also, please take care about in having this particular description. Write the new heading performance testing, and then make a note of this particular description. Make a note of up to the highlighted one. Just continue up to the highlighted one. Tomorrow session is there. Tomorrow there is no session. Tomorrow and day after tomorrow. Next session on Saturday and Sunday. All online students also, please take the plans according to that. Tomorrow there is no session, and then day after tomorrow there is no session. Saturday and Sunday. Sunday timings 9 to 11. And the Monday no sessions. By Saturday I'll be closing the sessions. Done? That's done? Oh. Next, continue with the same. Write the heading, write the heading, performance testing attributes. Write the heading, performance testing attributes. Just make a note of these particular headings only. Description is not required. Description is not required. Just make a note of these particular headings. Write the main heading, performance testing attributes. Under that, just make a note of only these headings. The description is not required. Description is not required. Make a note of the headings. Response time, load, speed, scalability, stability, reliability. Just only headings. All the description is not required. All the description is not required. Just make a note of only headings. Done? Next, continue the same. Mention the types of performance testing. Types of performance testing. Just make a note of the headings. Description is not required. Description is not required. Just make a note of that particular headings only. Mention the types of performance testing and then make a note of that particular respective headings. All the description is not required. All the description is not required. Just make a note of that particular headings. Load testing, stress testing, endurance testing, spike testing, volume testing, scalability testing. only the headings. All the description is not required. Just continue only that particular headings. Done? Ah. Next, mention the performance testing tools. Mention the performance testing tools and make a note of the tool names. Mention the performance testing tools and make a note of that particular tool names. All the online students also mention the performance testing tools and make a note of that particular tool names. Testing easy or difficult? Uh-huh. Very, very easy. Yeah? Uh-huh. It's easy, guys. Not at all an tough way. By Sunday, you can confirm. By Sunday, we'll decide whether it is easy or more easy or very, very easy. You will decide by Sunday. Already decided. Huh? Just make a note of that particular tool names. Done? Ah. And the last thing, mention the JMeter installation steps. Make a note of these two steps. Mention the JMeter installation steps. JMeter installation steps. Make a note of that particular steps. JMeter installation steps. Make a note of that particular two steps. That particular two steps. Okay, right. So let's understand what exactly mean by this and how we can take care about these particular things. See that. So the one we need to be get take care about the functional testing, functionality testing to confirm that application layer is working or not. Then we got API testing to confirm that business layer or logic layer working or not. Then we got database testing to confirm database layer working correctly or not. Combine of combine of all these things, we need to take care about performance testing. Combine of all these particular things, we need to be get take care about the performance testing. If I'm taking with performance testing, if I'm taking with the performance testing, the main objective or the main concept of performance testing, taking care about taking care about page load time. As simple, the main concept of performance testing, considering the page load time. As simple as functionality testing. You are taking care about in confirming each and every particular functionality working correctly or not. I mean, the text box functionality, checkbox, pages, navigation, each and every particular functionality working correctly or not. That you will be taking with functionality testing. Then you got API testing. What you are doing in API testing? Sending with the request and getting the response. As part of API testing, you have to take care about sending with the request and then getting with response. In the same way, taking care about database testing. What we are doing in database testing? I mean, data saved in proper table or not. As part of database testing, we are taking care about data has been saved in proper table or not. So that is what we are taking care about functionality testing, API testing, database testing. In the same way, need to take care about that particular performance testing. That particular performance testing, the main concept, taking care about page load time. How much time it was taking to load that page. In case of 100 members accessing the application at a time, how much time it was taking. 1,000 members accessing the application, how much time it was taking. 50,000 members accessing that application, how much time it was taking it. As simple as the main objective, the main purpose of performance testing, taking care about page load time. How much time it was taking to load that particular page. That is what we need to be get take care about in doing with testing. While doing that particular testing, while doing that particular testing, when you are working with functionality testing, we got different types of testings. As an example, smoke testing, sanity testing, retesting, regression, lot of things are there. In the same way, while working performance testing also, while working performance testing also, we got different types of testings are there. But in that, in all those things, mainly targeted for two things here. One is load testing. One is load testing. Another one taking with stress testing. We are having different type of testings are there. In that, one will be taking with load testing and one will be taking with stress testing. The concept of load testing, see the meaning, see the terminology. What is the terminology? Load testing. The concept of load testing, doing the testing by increasing number of users. The meaning of The meaning of load testing, doing the testing by increasing number of users. That means you have an application. That application you want to implement performance testing. For implementing performance testing, first you will take care about in trying with 100 users. Then you will increase 50,000. Then you will increase 1 lakh, 10 lakhs. Just you will continuously increasing number of users, and you will see that how much time it was taking to load that particular page. You are increasing number of users, and you will test that how much time it was taking to get load that particular web page. That kind of testing you are taking care about load testing. So if I'm taking with load testing, meaning of load testing, doing the testing by increasing number of users. That is what load testing. In the same way, you got stress testing. In the same way, you got stress testing. The meaning of stress testing, doing the testing by increasing time, doing the testing by increasing the time. That means you are not increasing the users. Assume that 50,000 users as an example. First, we will try with 50,000 users, and we'll see that how much time it was taking to load that particular web page. That 50,000 users, they will continue accessing the application for 10 minutes. Continuously, they will access the application for 10 minutes. Need to check how much time it was taking. 50,000 users, same. We are not increasing that. From 10 minutes to, it will go with 30 minutes. And then seeing that how much time it was taking to load that particular web page. From 30 minutes to 1 hour, that particular users are same. 50,000 users only. That particular 50,000 users taking care about continuously accessing the application by increasing with the time, considering the 10 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours. So when you're increasing that particular time, then how much time it was taking to load that particular application. That is what you will be taking with stress testing. So you will be taking care about two main things here. One you will be taking with load testing, and one you will be taking with stress testing. If I'm taking with load testing, meaning of load testing, doing the testing by increasing number of users. Meaning of the stress testing, doing the testing by increasing time. In the same way, lot of other testings are there. Whenever you are working this particular performance testing, while working these particular performance testing, you have to take care about in utilizing some terminologies. First understanding, first understanding. What is the meaning of performance testing? What is it? Page load time. The main objective and the main purpose of performance testing, considering that page load time. While working that particular performance testing, you have to take care about some terminologies. In that particular terminologies, the first one, what is the first terminology? Response time. If I'm taking with this particular performance testing, it's not like you will do performance testing just for one system or one user. It's not like you are doing the performance testing by taking only one user. It'll go with hundreds of users, thousands of users, but always any application will not be available in your local system. Always the applications will be available in the respective servers. As an example, your adapting application or the HRMS application, Gmail application, Flipkart, Amazon, anything, all these applications are available in the server. As applications are available in the server, from the server to get in a response, how much time it was taking, the time taking. If I'm taking with response time, in simple, you can understand that time taken by the server to respond. Like 100 members, how much time it was taking? 1,000 members, how much time it was taking? 1 lakh members, how much time it was taking? That is what the one terminology taking with response time. If I'm taking with response time, we can say that that particular response time is time taken by the server to respond. In the same way, we got load. That load is nothing but users. We can say that users, but assume that when you're taking performance testing, you need to try hundreds of users or thousands of users. When you are trying for 100 users, or assume that you want to test with 10,000 members. If you want to try 10,000 members, originally, is it possible to get the 10,000 employees in the company? No, right? Which is not like an easy to get that particular 10,000 members. Because of that, rather than going with actual users, will try to test with virtual users here. That virtual users, you will be considering that load. If I'm taking with the load, if I'm taking with the load, we can say that number of virtual users. If I'm taking with the load, if I'm taking with the load, we can consider the number of virtual users. Okay. In the same way, we got one more terminology. What is it? Speed. As simple how speed the server has been responding. How speed the server has been responding. One is response time. Meaning of the response time? Time taken by the server to respond. Then he got in a load. Meaning of the load? Number of virtual users. Number of virtual users. Meaning of the speed? How speed it has been responding. How speed it has been responding. Next one. What is the next one? Scalability. If I'm taking with that particular scalability at a time, how many users it can handle. At a time, how many users it can handle. That server, that application If at a time 1 lakh members accessing the application, is that particular server is able to handle or not? At a time, maximum members accessing that server, accessing that application, is that particular server can handle or not? That will be taking with scalability. Considering that, if I'm taking with scalability, if I'm taking with that particular respective scalability, we can say that at a time, how many users it can handle. At a time, how many users it can handle. Same way. What is the next one? Stability. If I'm taking with that particular stability, load has been varying it. It has been increasing, again decreasing, again it will increase, again it will decrease. So for the server, if the load has been increasing and decreasing, either it has been able to handle or not. In simple, we can say that that particular load has been varying. Whenever you are taking that server, for that particular server, in case of that particular load has been varying it, how the server is responding, how that particular server is working. So if I'm taking with stability, the meaning of stability, what you can mention? Varying workload, nothing but users. That users increasing, again decreasing, again increasing. That particular load has been varying it. That will be taking with stability. What is the next one? Reliability. If I'm taking with reliability, how secure of that server? Assume that when you're taking the performance testing, you are trying with the thousands of users, lakhs of users. When you're sending with the request, how secure of that particular request? That will be taking care about reliability. How secure of the request? That will be taking with reliability. So one is response time. Meaning of the response time? Time taken by the server to respond. Then he got a load. Meaning of the load? Number of virtual users. And the meaning of the speed? How speed it has been responding. Scalability, at a time, how many users it can handle. At a time, how many users it can handle. Stability, varying workload. So in case of that users, varying it, increasing, decreasing, how the server is responding. Then taking with reliability. Meaning of the reliability, how secure of the request. As you are sending that particular request, how secure of that will be taking with reliability. That is what some regular terminologies when you are taking with this particular performance testing. In the same way, you got different types of testing related to performance. Related to performance, you are taking care about different types of testing. In that, the one you will be taking with load testing. The one you will be taking with load testing. Meaning of the load testing, doing the testing by increasing number of users. In the same way, you got stress testing. Meaning of stress testing, doing the testing by increasing time. The load will be the same, the load will be the same, but it will take care about in increasing that particular time and it will do the testing. And then taking with endurance testing. That particular endurance testing, so that particular endurance testing for the long time. If I'm taking with that particular endurance testing, like continuously 6 hours, 10 hours, or 1 day or 2 days, continuously in case of more load is there, then how the application or server is working, that will be taking with endurance testing. We can say that the load for long time. If I'm taking with endurance testing, which we can mention that load for long time. In case of that particular load has been done for long time, then how the server is working. That will be taking with endurance testing. In the same way, what you got? Spike testing. If I'm taking with the spike testing, in simple, assume that if the best understanding electricity, able to see the sparks when you're taking electricity within a fraction of seconds, you will get in a power off and immediately it will on it. Like not like less than a second, less than a minute. Within a fraction of seconds, you will be able to see that power fluctuation. Same thing, spike testing. In case of suddenly, if you are getting with the spikes in the users, I mean, within less than a minute, less than a second, number of users will increase. Immediately, number of users, it will decrease. If number of users has been increasing and decreasing, then how the server is able to handle? Because within less than a minute or less than a second, the load has been increasing and the load has been decreasing. Either that particular server has been able to handle or not, that will be taking with spike testing. In the same way, what I got? Volume testing. That particular volume testing, considering that uploading huge amount of data or downloading huge amount of data. That volume testing, assume that for that particular server, you are trying to upload huge amount of data in that particular server, or you are trying to download huge amount of data from that particular server. Then how the server is behaving, that will be taking with volume testing. The one you will be taking with, the one you will be taking with volume testing. If I'm taking with that particular volume testing, the volume testing uploading huge amount of data and downloading huge amount of data, then how server is responding, that will be taking with volume testing here. In simple, downloading and uploading huge amount of data. Finally, what is the next one? Scalability testing. This is in simple, load has been increasing and load has been decreasing. In case of load has been increasing, load has been decreasing. How the server is responding. The one you are taking with load testing. Meaning of load testing? Doing the testing by increasing number of users. Then you got stress testing. Meaning of stress testing? Doing the testing by increasing time. Endurance testing? Load for maximum time. Load for maximum time. Spike testing? Sudden load has been increasing or decreasing. Volume testing? Uploading or downloading huge amount of data. Then scalability testing, load has been increasing and decreasing. In this way, you are taking care about these particular types of testing. For doing this particular testing, whenever you are taking with performance testing, if you want to test manually, you require thousands users or 100 users, 500 users. That many users getting manually, which is not like an easy. Because of that, always performance testing will be done with the help of tools. Always performance testing has been done with the help of tools. In that, mainly in a market, you may heard about the two tool names here. One you will be taking with load runner, and apart from that, taking with JMeter. Lot of tools are there. Lot of tools are there, but mainly in the market, you may heard about the two tool names here. One is load runner, another one JMeter. If I'm taking with load runner, if I'm taking with the load runner, this is considering the paid tool, and JMeter open source, meaning the open source free of cost. So according to their respective clients, based on their particular budget and everything, they may go with load runner or they may go with JMeter. Lot of tools are there in the market, but mainly preferable one is load runner, another one JMeter. And while working this particular JMeter, if you want to work with JMeter, we are taking care about JMeter tool. To get work with that particular JMeter tool, you have to take care about installation, that particular installation followed by two steps here. If I'm taking with first step, what is the first step? Uh, Download and install JDK. Download and install JDK. That part you're already done. Second activity, uh, download and copy Apache JMeter. You need to take care about download and copy that particular JMeter that you will download as a zip file. It will be downloaded as a zip file here. You need to download that particular zip file and doing with extract. Once you're done with the extract, you will get bin folder. In the bin folder, you will get the file name of JMeter. Once you double click on that, you will be able to see that particular JMeter tool will get open. Once the tool has been open, just we have to take care about in doing different types of settings need to be done. So what are all that particular steps, what are all that particular settings need to be done? That we have to discuss. We need to take care about all that particular steps. Everything I'll take care about it. That concept we'll discuss on Saturday. So the next session on Saturday will go with all these particular steps here. If required, it will continue on Sunday also. On Sunday, that particular information related to JMeter, along with that, all the information related to your resumes, your resume activities, what are the steps need to be done, how your job search activity need to be done, and the information related to that chart GPT. For our testing, already testing is very easy. Still, how we can make more easy, that you will understand with the help of chart GPT. That information also I will be providing. So the next session on 16 Saturday and Sunday. Sunday timings 9 to 11. Don't come by 9:30. Please plan for 9 a.m. Please plan for 9 a.m. So take with the plans according to that. By Sunday, uh, my work will be completed. Your work will be started. So by Sunday, my sessions will be done. You need to be take care about all that particular your job search activities. So take care about all the things here. Meet you on Saturday. Okay. Take care.